What is up, everybody? It's Andrew Gallegos here, loan officer with New American Funding, coming to you today with an update based on a situation that I saw recently on a mortgage loan transaction. So I'm a lender in Colorado. I've got about 15 years of experience. And as a dedicated loan officer, I try and get updates out to my clients and my referral partners when I see something new. So today, I wanted to make you a video about a property make sure I get this right, property data report. Now, in the past, when a lender received a purchase contract on a property for a conventional loan, they would run that property through Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac's automated underwriting system to determine if we needed an appraisal or if an appraisal could be waived. However, as of April of 2023, the underwriting systems, they have been updated to add a new option. It's not just, hey, you need an appraisal or you can waive an appraisal. Now there's a new option, and that is an appraisal waiver with a property data report. I may refer to that as a PDR throughout this video. With the appraisal waiver and the property data report, lenders can accept the contract value of the house that the buyer's buying without requiring a traditional appraisal. Nonetheless, an appraisal or an appraiser or a broker, doesn't actually have to be a licensed appraiser, is still dispatched to the property to perform an interior and an exterior inspection of the property to gather essential data and put that into a report and send that into the lender. Sounds a lot like an appraisal, I know, but it's actually not an appraisal. So for buyers, this PDR, it provides a cost savings of around $500. So that's nice compared to a standard full appraisal. Additionally, another benefit of this is that the lender is going to accept the contract price. So if a buyer offers an appraisal gap, they don't need to worry about the house appraising low. The value is accepted by the lender. So that's a good thing. Now, from a seller's perspective, though, it's going to look a lot like a traditional appraisal because on a PDR, the appraiser or the broker or the data collector, they still need to go to the property and do an interior and an exterior inspection. Now, during that PDR inspection, the inspector's primary focus is going to be assessing the overall condition of the home and determining whether any recent disasters had any sort of a negative impact on the condition of the house. They are not pulling comps and they're not assessing the value. So, in the past, when we just get a straight appraisal waiver, which still exists, by the way, we can still get a waiver. But if we get a waiver with the PDR attached to it, the PDR is a way for the lender to actually still go and inspect the property to make sure that the condition is in good shape. Now, I just completed my first transaction with a PDR, and I have to say that I was a little surprised about how extensive this report was. It was 32 pages long. It had multiple pictures of the interior and the exterior of the house. It actually seemed like more than I would actually see on an appraisal. It contained floor plan sketches, living area calculations, and it was just a very detailed report. So again, it was only it was $195 for the buyer. So probably around 200 is what you can expect from a buyer standpoint. But yeah, very extensive for that cost is what I thought. So I'm going to just share my screen with you real quick as well. I've got a document pulled up. If you just go and Google property data report on Google, Fannie Mae actually has some information online, and they've got a fact sheet that I've got pulled up here. But I just wanted to point out a couple of things. First thing, it says it reduces the origination cycle time and may reduce borrower costs. So this is correct. It does reduce borrower costs, but it really doesn't reduce the cycle time, at least as of now. The inspector that went and did the inspection on the property that I was working on was actually there for longer than an appraiser would have been there. So it doesn't really save much time, but it does save the borrower costs. Fannie goes on to say that it promotes safety, soundness by obtaining current observation of the subject property. Okay, that makes sense. provides operational simplicity and certainty at application. So maybe this will come as data collectors and appraisers and brokers get more confident and comfortable with doing these reports. But again, it didn't really offer much simplicity, just because it was still an interior and an exterior inspection, and we still had to get the report back. My report came back clean. It just verified that the that everything was in good working order. So it wasn't like we had any value issues or anything like that, because they don't pull comps and they don't assess the value. Then it says Fannie Mae estimates that the value acceptance on loans sold to saved mortgage borrowers 2.1 billion 2020 and 2021. So they're looking to save money from a buyer's perspective. What can lenders expect? A reduction in value acceptance. So we're not going to see as many appraisal waivers as we saw before. We've seen a ton of that over the past few years, especially when a borrower is putting 10, 15, 20% down. The more equity they have, the better the credit score that they have as well seems to help with that appraisal waiver reading. I still am seeing appraisal waiver readings though, without the PDR. So I guess we can just see less of that. The percentage of loans receiving value acceptance or value acceptance plus property data offers will exceed the original value acceptance percentage for most lenders. Okay, they're going to issue, and this all went into place April 15th. It goes on, to explain what lenders can expect and, kind of how we're looking at the automated underwriting system. And then it talks about the difference between a straight appraisal waiver and, a waiver plus the property data report. They're not looking at value and marketability, but with the PDR, we're looking at the property description, we're looking at the property condition, and we're making sure that it hasn't been impacted by any recent disasters. So there's some, I'm not going to go through all of this, but there's some good information online about this. And I advise you to go read through that. It's very new. I work at a big company and had asked a few other colleagues to see if they've seen one of these yet. The property data report. It's also referred to on another site here as the PDC, so property data collection. So I don't know if I'm using the right terminology for it just yet, just because it is so new. But there's some good information online. I also can't find an example of the report. I wanted to share that here within this video. I reached out to my appraisal management company and they said that they can't provide one as well. So I'd love to show an example of it. If I don't want to show the example of the one that I just got, because I want to make sure that my buyers have privacy there. I don't want to show, their property data report. But again, it was 32 pages long. It was pretty extensive. So just something, if you're a lender, if you're a buyer, if you're a seller, if you're a real estate agent, this is something that we are going to see. Appraisers, obviously, as well, they're going to be impacted by this. And if you have any questions or any comments or concerns or anything like that, feel free to leave those in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I try to get good information out there like this when we see updates in the industry. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.